My name's Sam Wingert,
And I'm Sam Reichert.
and this is our project on the Down syndrome. Down syndrome is caused by chromosome 23 being copied in extra time. This leads to there being 3 chromosome 23s, while a normal person only has 2 copies of chromosome 23. People who are affected with this disease have learning difficulties, mental disabilities, and specific facial characteristics.
Down syndrome is not an autosomal dominant gene. However, it is an autosomal recessive gene, a sex-linked gene, and a non-disjunction. One thing to remember is that Down syndrome is typically not inherited.
Down syndrome occurs in about 1 in every 700 babies, making it the most common chromosomal condition in the United States. Down syndrome is found more commonly in boys than girls. Down syndrome is not affected by ethnicity, causing it to be found equally across different ethnicities.
Symptoms of Down syndrome consist of, but are not limited to, flattened face, short neck,
Go over there.
small hands, and short height.
Down syndrome is pretty obvious to the naked eye. Chronologic villus sampling is the test which evaluates the presence of Down syndrome in an individual.
CVS involves removing cells from part of the placenta called the chorionic villi. The placenta is a structure present during pregnancy that connects the baby to the mother. The placental cells collected through the CVS contain genetic information that is usually identical to that of the baby. There are 2 ways to perform CVS, through the cervix or through the mother's abdomen. The method chosen depends on where the placenta is located, and that is determined by the doctor using ultrasound. The transcervical procedure involves inserting a thin, straw-like tube through the cervix into the uterus to the edge of the placenta. The transabdominal procedure is done by inserting a thin needle through the mother's abdomen. No matter which way the CVS is performed, cells from the placenta are removed and sent to the laboratory for testing. It typically only takes a few minutes to actually perform the CVS. Many women describe some discomfort during the CVS, such as a cramping sensation. Most women have no complications from having a CVS. There is a small chance for miscarriage associated with CVS. After the CVS, most women return to their normal activities within 1 to 2 days. It can take a couple of weeks for the complete test results to return. CVS is a diagnostic test, which means results are considered to be definitive for the conditions tested. In other words, this test can give you yes or no answers. Rarely, lab errors or uncertain results may occur. In a small number of cases, the baby's genetic information will be different from that of the placenta, and further testing, such as amniocentesis, may be recommended to clarify uncertain CVS results. The most common conditions detected by CVS are chromosome conditions, such as Down syndrome, trisomy 21, trisomy 18, trisomy 13, and differences in the number of X or Y chromosomes. These conditions are all very different from one another. It is not always possible to know before a child is born how much their health will be affected. In some cases, additional genetic testing may be performed that can look for other genetic conditions. There are also specific tests that may be requested if a known genetic condition runs in a family or an abnormal ultrasound finding is seen. It is important to know that CVS cannot detect all genetic conditions or birth defects. No test can guarantee the birth of a healthy baby.
Thank you to the Washington State Department of Health YouTube channel for giving us the information on CVS and Down syndrome.
There is no known treatment for individuals with Down syndrome. Down syndrome is proven to shorten life expectancy for one person.
The cause of the extra chromosome that triggers Down syndrome is unknown.
Roughly 25% of American families are affected by Down syndrome.
There are 3 different types of Down syndrome. There are trisomy 21, translocation, and mosaicism. Down syndrome might affect the way people think. Most people with Down syndrome live very fulfilling lives.
Some sources we used are DoSomething.org, MayoClinic.org, and NADS.org. Thank you for watching our presentation.